Alright, welcome to the second developer video I'm posting for Intellidiscs, my upcoming Atari 5200 conversion of the classic Tron Deadly Discs for the Intellivision. And as you can probably see in this video right away, we've got a bunch of red guys running around the screen here. So in the past couple of weeks, I've managed to get a lot of the enemy behavior and spawning in place, and I just kind of wanted to show that off here. They don't have weapons yet. But through careful observation, I've pretty much cracked the Intellivision movement algorithm. I have a pretty good idea of how it works. There's still a few details to work out. But from what I've observed, this is pretty close to what they do in the real game. They run around for about 2 seconds and then pick a new random direction to run in. Occasionally you see them just stop dead, and that corresponds to the Intellivision game where the enemies will occasionally just stop and crouch. And that's what's going on there. I just don't have the crouching graphic in place yet. But yeah, this is what they do. An interesting thing I noticed about the Intellivision version as well is that there was kind of this wall bounce thing they would do, where depending on the enemy's movement angle, if they ran into a wall, they'd just kind of reverse direction and bounce off it. The guy on the bottom just did it right there. So I've implemented that as well. And I can also kill the enemies at this point. So there, I've killed that guy with my disc. And the reinforcement respawns are in place now as well. So you should see another guy pop in. There he is. Another guy's popped in, and you notice the doors have disappeared. But I'll go ahead and open this one. And kill a guy. I'll get another. See if I can clear the wave. Nope, not in time. I can open doors by running into them now. Or at least I could if I had gotten to it in time. Man, not doing so hot here. The disc return speed's still a little bit slow on the vertical end. So now we have a new fresh wave that pops in. A full 3-door wave. And as I mentioned, I've implemented the door jamming by running into the door, like this. It's a lot easier to do in this version than it is in the Intellivision one. I always felt it was too difficult to do on the Intellivision version. You had to line up real perfectly on the door. This one, as long as you're moving sufficiently upward, you can just walk by and tag them, which I think just makes much smoother gameplay. So that is just a slight deviation from the Intellivision game. Oh, got 2 with 1 shot there. The disc has been sped up significantly, and the angles on the movement and the diagonal of the disc have changed as well. Now, the enemies have full 16 directional movement, which appears to be what they have in the Intellivision game. In my previous video, I was debating whether or not I was going to allow the player character to have 16 directional movement, but since I've gone ahead and done all the work to allow that, I think I might. I think I just might give the player the 16 directional movement. I think that the possibility of full 360-degree movement with the 5200 analog stick is a bad idea. I feel like it's not going to play well at all. But we'll see. I was planning to do a twin-stick mode, similar to Robotron, where you have a movement stick and a fire stick. And that would allow 16-directional disc throwing, rather than the 8-directional throwing that the traditional keypad control mechanism uses. I'm still thinking about whether I'm going to do that or not, but I may. We'll have to see how easy it is to actually do it with the 5200 stick. And the interesting part too is that people using digital sticks would also be able to play. They would just be restricted to the 8 directions since they can't hit those in-between angles to get the 16-directional throwing. But those are design decisions that will come further down the line. And I'm having a lot of fun killing these guys. Even though I'm missing a lot because I'm not using a traditional keypad to throw this. I'm using just a number of keys, the normal number keys on my keyboard, and I have trouble finding the right ones sometimes. Well, that's, I think, pretty much all I wanted to show off. So as you can see, the game's moving along. I've gotten a lot done over the last couple of weeks. I think the next step is probably to put discs into the enemy's hands and have them actually start attacking you. Based again on my observations of the Intellivision version, every 2 seconds a computer reevaluates what it's doing, and it appears to just pick a random direction to run in. There may be some weighting to it based on their position in the arena, like they might kind of try to run away from walls or something like that. I'm not really sure. Right now, mine is just purely random. But it looks like on those 2 second intervals are when the computer decides whether or not it's going to throw its disc at you. And I'll need to figure out how it determines the angle that it will throw the disc at. But it shouldn't be too difficult to do. Another thing I probably ought to do is start adding some animation frames and not have these guys just sliding around, skating on the arena like they are right now. I'm not sure if I'm just going to outright copy the Intellivision man. I mean, it'll be something that looks pretty close to that, no doubt. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's the state of the game, and just wanted to give an update. So yeah, for future updates, keep following this channel. And cause I only work on this on the weekend, so progress will be relatively slow. But yeah, for all news, you can definitely find it here. Thanks for watching.